Good morning. Sergeant First Class Reginald Knight retired, reporting. I had a disturbing dream this morning where I saw the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, ball up the Defense Department and throw it in the trash. Now, I'm no soothsayer, I don't have a crystal ball, but I think the overall feeling of the dream was ominous because we all have our concerns about what's going to happen when 800 commanders meet in Quantico on Tuesday. I don't get a warm and fuzzy about it because never in the history of the United States military has a Secretary of Defense called the entire brain trust to one area to give them a pep talk. If in fact that he intends to remove some of these people from their commands because they do serve at the will of the president, I have some concerns. Now, this morning when I got up after my dream, I made some waffles. Waffles were easy to make. They take 5 ingredients, but you can add more stuff depending on how you like your waffle. But if you omit those ingredients, you're either going to get something that's unedible, it won't rise, it'll be so hard that even the best teeth can't gum through it. And that's the problem if they intend to replace some of these admirals and generals with Trump loyalists. They don't have the experience, which is the key ingredient, because a lot of generals and admirals have spent their entire military career studying their potential adversaries. They're well versed on Russian history, Chinese literature, Middle East traditions, and that sort of thing. So you just can't replace one guy with another because you like him or it's someone that's going to bend to the things that you like. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, that they're going to do that. And these will be colonels that will be replacing these flag officers. I remind each and every one of you of your oaths that you do not pledge allegiance to a president, a wannabe king. You pledge to the Constitution. The same Constitution that Robert E. Lee rejected. The same Constitution that General Grant said, yeah, we're going to make sure this union stays intact. And your primary objective, as it always has been, is to defend this nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So I pose a question to you because you're more well-versed in military history than I will ever be. When has a nation ever prospered by decimating their military for the needs of someone who has never served? Because keep in mind, Donald Trump's family has a history of draft dodging. In fact, the only reason why they're in the United States, because his great-grandfather ran from Germany to avoid military service. So here we are. So no, I don't know what they're going to do on Tuesday. I hear that Donald Trump will be in attendance. But if in fact they do decide to change the Department of Defense into a different structure, it takes time, effort, experience, and training for a new mission. And this lot doesn't know anything about that, including Pete Hegseth. So we will cross our fingers and hope that's not the intention. But if it is, be advised, the nation will be at risk. Sergeant First Class Reginald Knight, retired, reporting. Have a great Sunday.